Okay, hello guys, I'm David and 2 years ago I suffered with cholinergic urticaria. It started way back in the May of 2021. I worked on my bachelor thesis and college exams and I flared up with itchy hives when I worked with spice powders. I coughed and my life changed from that point on. Painful itch that you couldn't control. I scratched my skin so hard that my blood started pouring, and yet it didn't stop. I ran out of my home to the fresh, colder air, and from that point it just stopped. Nothing, the hives disappeared. A lot of you who searched for this video probably know what cholinergic urticaria is, so you probably know how it goes. Whenever you exercise, wear a hot sweater or have a little anxiety, you flare up horribly. You get hot, you get hives. I thought it was linked with some specific action, so I avoided those spices, dust, but nothing made sense. It didn't go away. No one in my family or the doctors believed me because my skin always looked fine. When I didn't flare up, I had no hives at all. They belittled me with the sentences like, "It's just an itch, David. Deal with it." So I searched Google for the images of my urticaria and linked it to a specific group, cholinergic urticaria, which were spot on. They had the same disease as me, and the people were with which I suffered. But my anxiety were worse. There's no cure, as I will now show you. Those were my urticaria bumps, like those hives. This is the mega thread of the cholinergic urticaria group on Reddit. As you can see, there are probable theories for what could be the main reason, but there are many cases every day. But I am not here to say what you already know. I want to tell you about my story. So I started researching the topic. I was always systematic about my education. I started with what is IgE, antihistamines, allergies, leaky gut syndrome, Candida overgrowth, hypohydrosis, autoimmune disease, leaky gut syndrome, elimination diets, etc. Nothing at the time worked for me, so I stuck to the sweat therapy. I exercised like a maniac so I could sweat just a little bit. I was hard on myself. I went through the pain so I could feel well for next 2 or 3 hours. Histamine flooded my body because my body thought I injured myself. But I never tried Zyrtec, Xolair or any other medication that could suppress my autoimmune response because I knew that I would only battle with the symptoms, and the true reason why this is happening to me would be still hidden. And when I am not under pressure, I just simply forget about the things I suffer with. So I suffered. I did not sleep fully for many nights and found out that some Reddit users were eliminating dairy from their diets and they felt that their itch is milder, but they are still on a Xolair or Zyrtec. So I tried eliminating dairy. The itch were milder, but my CU didn't go away. So I stopped the diet after 1.5 weeks because I like the cheese so much and milk. and went back to eating dairy. My CU went on full blast mode again, and my life were miserable. Then I visited the dermatologist, which I do not recommend at all. He told me absolutely nothing, but the nurse was talking to some patient about her niece, which had nut allergy. And she told the patient that with every food allergy you need to wait at least 3 weeks for body to get rid of all the little particles that is causing the autoimmune response. So I said in my head, okay, let's try this seriously this time. I took a microbiome gut test, which would show me how does my microbiome look like, and went on a no dairy diet for 3 weeks, as the nurse said. The result of the microbiome came back 1 week after, and it showed me that I have 10 times less lactobacillus than a normal person. The other microbiota were good. So with these results, my suspicion was somehow made valid. So I continued for a full month, but the CU didn't go away because I never eliminated protein shakes, pre-workouts, or protein bars, or some other things like milk chocolate. So this time I removed all of those. I looked at the back label of every food product I ate. I made sure I didn't eat any milk chocolate, oatmeal with whey flavor, or even the lactose-free products. I were scared of them all, so I eliminated all of it. After 1 month without symptoms, I visited my allergologist and tried every test he could offer. At that time I was symptom free because the elimination that this time it worked. But I went on a visit to my allergologist and he injected me with cow milk, which was I think it was only separated lactose, no casein in it. I didn't have any response to this, so I thought to myself, what the hell? He also took my blood and tried the food allergy test. I told him my suspicion was the casein allergy, if it's not the lactose. And after 1 week when I came back, he smiled at me. David, there are not many patients who have this sergeant precision as you when they diagnose themselves. You have a massive casein allergy and you are mildly allergic to bee sting. That's out of topic. Other than that, you are healthy. I smiled at him and left the office. From that point on, I swapped the milk to their vegan variants like coconut milk, soy milk, oat milk, etc. I swapped yogurts to their soy variants. I started to eat a lot of meat, a lot of beef, chicken, etc. And my life were back on a track again. But casein might not be the case for you. For most of us in CU community, it will be, I think. But it might be mixed with some other food allergy, like nuts, sugar, chicken, or maybe some other meat. That's on you to find out how. But there's a story to it. Because I postponed my college for years, I couldn't imagine how I would go to final exams with my CU flare-ups. I talked to scientists on my train ride to Brno, which is 2 or 3 hours away. I mentioned my casein allergy and his eye widened. I suffer with the same exact allergy as you, and I cured it. I asked him how. His approach was way different. He started with the elimination diet, but he started with 2 ingredients only for 3 weeks because he was so equipped with the knowledge. He's a scientist. So he started to eat beef and salad. That's all. The third variant was plain water. Just plain water, no sugar in it. Those are the 3 ingredients of his life for the next 3 weeks. He got rid of all the symptoms he had, and after that he started to add 1 or 2 ingredients at a time for next 3 weeks, so he could know which food triggers his allergy. So after 1 or 2 years, he found out that he is allergic to food that contains casein. So yeah, his throat was so much longer, but he knows exactly what's good for him and what harms him. This is the way, people. This method will work for everyone. For example, the Jordan Peterson tried it. He suffered with some autoimmune disease and he can eat only lamb meat. What a life. But as you can know, being pain-free is what we are aiming for, and that's what matters. Good luck and have a good life, day, etc. I hope you find out the cure and the food that harms you so much. Okay, bye.